So, hun, a woman named Shayna Willis said, this was a message, said that you guys seem to have a lot in common, but can you talk about stuff you don't have in common or something that we don't?
Oh, well, right off the bat, tech stuff. We don't have
Yes.
that in common at all. I have zero tech. And like, how much time did we just spend trying to figure out what to do here?
Well,
But you at least know what you're doing. I
well,
have no clue. I just sit here like a queen with my mustard wall and surrounded by pillows and teddy bears.
well, I'll tell you what. So now, okay, so we're gonna get back to that in a second because there is a big thing we don't have in common.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
I want to say, I'm in a different part of the house.
Well, you're in the closet. I can see your knees.
I don't know why you have to tell him that.
I
I
can
was
see
just
your
gonna
knees
make
from where
it
I'm
sound
sitting.
better than that, but now, okay, here we are. Truth. Okay, so back to yeah, and it took us a little bit to get this all set the fuck up. So Shayna, to answer your question, uh, I have a penis. So, my wife does not. So that's one thing
But
that
I
we
do have a penis. I have your penis.
yes, but mine, I have to wear mine all the time. I can't, it's just always there.
I have to wear yours too. Let's not dismiss
This
my
is
work
just
here.
gonna be this way, I guess, right?
It's just gonna be that way.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put on my sexy as fuck hat right now.
Why are you feeling insecure?
Well, I'm feeling sexy as fuck.
Why are
now.
you feeling so insecure, Alex? We talking about penises, and all of a sudden you gotta wear your sexy as fuck hat. Why are you so insecure?
I gotta ask you, so I feel this feels different than I liked sitting next to each other on the couch.
I know. Well, this is a good chance for us to be a little bit away from each other.
That's true because we are together.
24/7.
So here's something
So I
interesting.
want to get back.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
we got to be able
Okay.
to find out
Okay, go.
more that we don't have in common, right? Well, let's think about this.
Okay.
What don't we have in common? You are way more. Your jersey has you as a person that is like you wear more of your emotions on your sleeve.
Yes.
You're way more forthright with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Minnesota, and we like to keep things under the rug until it's last minute and we're about to explode, and then we pull them out and go, fuck.
Yes. Yes, I'm very verbal about every single feeling I have.
Every single feeling.
I mean, I do. As soon as I wake up.
Single feeling.
I mean, as soon as I wake up, I'm on it. Like I'm
and
like
I
this.
don't tell
that,
you
feeling.
about feelings until they are like
At a boiling point.
at a boiling point. Yeah, temperature is in the red zone.
Yeah. But I did. I will say this. Like, well, I'll say this. We went to the Mexican restaurant we went to the other night.
Yes.
And the one thing we didn't have in common was you got enchiladas with no meat.
That is something. I don't eat the meat. I don't eat the meat.
No, she doesn't. And it's been
I eat
7
fish.
years?
I eat the fish.
You're Episcopalian.
Pescatarian.
Oh, what's Episcopalian?
Episcopalian, that's a religion.
Oh, fuck religion. Yeah, so you're a pescatarian.
Yeah, and you definitely eat meat. Although you've even changed your level of meat eating.
My red meat intake, guys, I tell you what, my red meat intake has gone way down. Like way down, bitch.
So is mine.
So that's not true. We had a good time the other night.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're not going there. Okay, that's personal.
Yep.
So
okay.
So I do want to say this. We went and tried. See, out here in Austin, Texas, we're big Mexican food eaters. Los Angeles is probably the best place for Mexican
with
food.
It there. We're spoiled. It's
in
the
America.
best. It's the best Mexican food.
It's the best Mexican food. So you
in
come to
the country.
Austin and they're a big taco place. It's huge for tacos.
Fantastic tacos.
Fantastic.
Really, really good.
But
a wide varietal.
It's a different kind of taco. Now we'll both agree to this. They're amazing tacos out here in Austin.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're not necessarily Mexican food tacos. They have
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, they're Tex-Mex. So there's different flavors.
Well, yeah, they try and get a little bit more creative with it, which is great. Like, Velvet Taco has some.
Oh, velvet
I mean,
taco
what do
out
they have?
here,
The one,
man.
the
Oh,
grits taco is so good. Shrimp and grits
shrimp and grits
taco.
taco. I
It's
swear
so
to you, I know
good.
people out there might be like, "Oh God, what the hell is that?"
No,
No,
it's
no, no.
delicious.
And they have something else called the picnic taco, which is basically like it's like potato salad, rotisserie chicken, and at first you're like, I don't want to fucking eat that, but you put it in your gullet luge, and you're like, holy fuck! I mean, it's good.
Yeah, they have some good stuff. But sometimes you just want like straight
Straight
good
Mexican food. You
Mexican
want carne
food. You
asada,
want
you
the
want pollo, you want
ambiance and everything.
yeah,
We
yeah,
yeah.
burritos and
We were
taco.
pretty
So
close with the ambiance at that place. It was cute.
it was
Cute
cute.
enough.
We
Cute
went
enough.
there, but what happened? What was wrong with the food?
Really, really salty.
Okay, I want to say this right now. I don't use salt in my food. I usually, when I cook, I don't use a lot of salt. I may do a dab of salt or whatever. So when you and I get salty food, we've had this a couple times happen in our, lives together where we both take a bite out of something and go like, "Oh my God." Like it's you can't eat it.
Yeah,
We sat down, food comes, looked amazing.
it did.
First bite out of the fucking gate, I was like, "What the fuck?" It's
How are
like
we gonna
someone.
get through it? Yeah, it's like how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna finish it?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this because I'm a fucking glutton. I was so hungry that I ate it
Yeah.
that night. Went to bed. Stomach was fucked up. My hands. I couldn't close my hands. They were so bloated because of all the salt. Next day, I felt like I had a hangover. And I didn't have any booze. I felt like I was literally hungover.
You well.
I was unwell. God, my voice is amazing. Hey, hun.
Yeah.
I love that wall behind you. You painted that.
I did. Here, I'll give a little peek up. Like,
Yep.
it was an
Mhm.
idea, but I am sitting here now and I'm seeing it and I have not been happy with the mustard color since
Mm,
I did it. Like to
really?
no.
It's the first I'm hearing that.
No, it's not.
Oh, you've said it before.
I've said it multiple
I
times.
tuned you out.
Why do you select hear me?
I think most men could.
Yeah, say the same thing. Um, yeah, the mustard, I think it's gotta go because I'm sitting here and I'm feeling like I look like I represent some sort of a fast food restaurant.
You're like the cheaper version of McDonald's.
Why the
So,
cheaper version?
well, because
You're
it's
looking at me and you're saying
well,
I'm
the
the
colors
cheaper
aren't
version of
right. No, the colors. I'm talking
these
about
are
the colors,
better
not you.
colors than McDonald's.
I'm not talking about you. I'm
I
talking
think you
about the
were talking
colors.
about me. But yeah, I think the mustard has to
Hey,
go.
what's on your wrist?
It's a tattoo.
Oh, when did you get that?
Huh?
When did you get that?
Oh, I can't even see it anymore.
So
I don't know.
this is an inside joke between us that everyone has got to know about now. So she got that tattoo when she was 45,
Yeah, my
right?
45th
45th
birthday.
birthday, because I have tattoos. I begged her. She got one anyway, got the tattoo. And then every year since then, I've said to her once in a while, I'll look and go, "What is that on your wrist?" And your response is usually,
Well, and early on when you would ask me, I'd be like, "It's a tattoo," and then it sort of diminished itself to, and you'd always ask, "When did you get it?"
when
And
did
I'm
I,
like,
yeah.
"I just got it, 45th." Now it's like I don't remember. I don't even know what it is anymore. I don't know what it represents. It's a Triskel clover. You
Yeah.
can't even see the lavender that was supposed to also be in there.
Yeah.
Um, but
Oh, it's still pretty though, hon.
it's a smudge. It's just
Yeah.
it's there. I'm still glad I got it. It's my
Yeah.
only tattoo. I'm still glad I got it though.
I'll tell you a funny story, and I have to tell you this because every time I talk about tattoos, I don't know why this story pops into my head. This is years and years ago when I first got to LA. Went out to a bar with my friend. It was called Red Rock at the time. It's not that. It's on Sunset Boulevard. It's not called Red Rock anymore. We were sitting outside, and we were just sitting there having some drinks, and some girl comes up, and she's just like there, and all of a sudden she's like, "I just got this new tattoo." It's a tattoo on her hip, and she shows us her tattoo, and it was like a kitten or something. There's something like a kitten or whatever. And my friend goes, we've been drinking, and he looks at her and he's like, "Yeah, well, just know this: in a few years, that kitten's going to turn into a sheep." And I left. So it's rude,
What
and it
does
was
that
rude
mean though? How is a
because
cat
as you
turned
get
into a sheep?
older, your skin changes. So this cute little kitten's going to turn into a sheep. I just thought
Why
it was
doesn't it
really
just turn into a droopy kitten or something?
no,
Why does
because
it have
no,
to
it
be
was the
that
way
it's
he
a
said it. It was just it was rude. And at first, we were younger.
What are
I
you
started
doing
laughing.
talking to girls like that anyway? Why are you looking at her hip at a bar?
I didn't even meet you at this point. You were like years and years away.
We can go back. We can look at things. And we're
Yeah.
still married after we talk about it.
Yes.
What does your tramp stamp say? Because you have one.
Oh, on my back. See, now it's not in the middle of my back. It's not a tramp stamp.
No, it's a tramp stamp.
No, it's off my right butt cheek.
Yeah, you like to say that because it's off to the right or whatever,
Yeah,
that
and
it's
I'll
not
tell
a
you what it
tramp.
says.
But it's a tramp stamp. It's
Okay.
down. It's doing the same thing. Like if I was to take you from behind, that's what I would see.
Well, when you do take me from behind,
what do I see? What is your tramp stamp say?
It says, "Hey, you never know." Now, I want to say something right now. That is not the thing. I got that because, okay, there was an album that had come out in like 88 or something, 88, 89 or somewhere around there. And there was a song on it called Hey, You Never Know. And if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it's badass. Like you don't know where life's going, right? And I think the artwork for the album was like a pair of dice and a roll of money and then the ace of spades, just a bunch of stuff. And I was so in love with that album and that song. David Lee Roth, by the way. So I that's why I got that tattoo. Hey, you never know. I actually love it. And you know what?
No, I do too. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I actually pretty much love all your tattoos. I do. I love looking at. I mean, when we first got together, there was our first night together.
Yeah.
Oh, bitchy.
Yep.
And I had gotten up to use the bathroom or something, and came back in the morning. Spent the night. Not the first night together. Not at all. Not nowhere near it. But anyway, you were laying there, Buck.
Yeah.
And I was overwhelmed by your body.
Wow.
Like with a little bit of terror. I'm not going to lie.
You're still afraid of it a little bit.
No, I am still a little bit afraid of, but it's just because I was just staring at you because you were just you're 6'5".
Yes.
I don't have a history of being with people with tattoos in my life, so that, not that I was avoiding it. I love tattoos, but like to see your body and all of these tattoos on it, across huge muscles, I was just like, I think I'm in the wrong bed. I think.
Well, I got to tell
I'm
you,
supposed to be in nerd bed.
Nerd
bed. I've spent my life in nerd bed. What am I doing here?
Oh no, I know your past. A lot of nerds. So here's something funny.
Okay.
Here's something funny. So interesting. When we spent that first night, I mean, we're getting, hey, people out there, we're getting personal. You motherfuckers are going to hear some shit. So when you stood up,
yeah,
you were in the buff, in the buck, whatever the fuck that is,
naked.
And I was just sitting, I was looking at you and I was like, oh my God, look at what we've got here. Ladies and gentlemen. I was literally like,
I know you made me stand at the end of the bed because you said
I didn't force you to do it. This wasn't like abusive.
No, you were sweet about it, but you're like, I want to get a look. I want to look at you. And so that was, I'm older than you, 7.5 years.
We talked about that. We don't got to keep bringing it up.
I know. I'm just saying it's part of this story. Okay. And I'm old and I repeat things already. But I'm like, okay. Cause it was in the early days, like, we'd only been together a few weeks or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stand just normal. I'm just gonna stand normal. Like, I'm not gonna stand cute, and try and get it so that I have, what do they call it? Like, the where you got space in your crotch. I don't know if there's a word for it. I can't think of it right now.
Oh wait, the gap? Is that what the anion gap? Wait, it's
what?
not anion gap. That's like a liver thing, isn't it?
Just, yeah, there's some gap, thigh gap. I'm just gonna stand normal, like me, with one boob lower than the other, all of it. Like I was just gonna give it to you because I thought if this is gonna go forward, I can't keep hiding this shit.
I really hope our kids listen to our podcast, hon, because
but
they're gonna get a lot. They're gonna know a lot more.
But that was a very big moment for me because I it's like I just have to let them know what it is. I have to show them it was broad daylight. and you liked it, so that worked out.
I absolutely loved it. And here's something interesting, folks. We're talking about many years ago, right? This is many years ago. So,
2010.
and I still feel the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've confessed our love. This is we're
Yeah.
now people out there are going, God, our
Ugh,
relationship's
sap.
not like this.
Ick.
Wait,
And
what?
I don't like that mustard wall. I don't like sap and I don't like mustard walls.
Hey, so interesting enough, if you could please rate and review us on your favorite listening platform, and you can join our mailing list at our newsletter list at a couplethoughts.com. That would be great. We'd love to hear from you too. You can send us an email, shoot us over an email. This show is sponsored by no one. So
This is what are we doing?
I have no
This
idea.
is-
So why are we doing this podcast?
I don't
by the
know.
way?
I don't know
Is it
because be, like anybody in this world, I suppose we're just trying to be heard. We're bored.
Yeah.
We're
Mhm.
bored.
This is out of boredom.
This
That's a
is
fact.
totally, we're bored, man. It's like,
Yeah.
we do our auditions that nobody sees and then
Yeah.
we're bored for the rest of the day.
Bored for the rest of the day.
So this is what,
Yeah. And I guess this is what it comes down to. You either like us or you don't. You either like,
Yeah.
most people love you. Me, they're like, who the fuck is that? But you know what? I'm here.
Disagree. I
Fuck
don't
you.
know that most people actually just love me. I
Well, they
really
like your
don't.
work. They don't even fucking know you.
But I don't
I
even
will
have
say,
work anymore.
I will say this. She's an
so what's
amazing
left to
human
like?
being. She's a better human being than she is an actress. So that is saying a lot about this woman right here.
That's
Right?
real
'Cause
nice.
she's
Gidget.
brilliant too. But I will say this, you're right. It is out of boredom and it's looking for content, right? So we are, you and I are both artists in our own right. We both have our thing that we do. And so putting ourselves out there is kind of a norm. And when we're
Yeah.
not getting that fulfilled, right, we find other ways to do it. So
here we are.
We
What do you want to
attack
talk about?
people. We attack people with a podcast.
Yeah.
We're assaulting people with a podcast.
It feels that way.
It does feel that way.
Yeah, it feels gross, right? I mean, in a way.
I mean, in a way it does, but I will say this, like, and by the way, here we go. We don't have to keep doing this,
No.
right? We'll do a
Yeah,
few,
we'll
see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
And then we could just shut it off.
We'll
And
find the next thing to do out of boredom.
yeah, we don't owe anyone anything. That's a good thing.
Well, we do have bills to pay. There's people we owe.
Well, yes, that's true, but I'm talking about in this.
I know. What do we want to talk about? I actually thought of something the other day, and this is stemming out of the sad fact that I have 3 family members whom I love that are now in hospice.
Yeah.
Just literally in the last couple weeks, this is what's happened for me. So, my brain has been thinking a lot about death and where we go and what happens. And now this may go back to the original question of, do you guys have things that you think differently about or that you don't necessarily share the same opinion on? And I think this is one of those, right? Like you believe what after death?
So my whole take on death is that, okay, so let me preface it by saying, the people out there that think that there's like a heaven and a God and all that stuff, great. Good for you. I do not believe in any of that. What I believe in is energy. I've said this 1,000 times. I've said it in public. I'm saying it now again here on our podcast. I believe in positive energy. I believe in negative energy. I believe in what you put out, you get back. I believe in love. I believe in hatred. I believe in these things, right? But with death, this is what I specifically believe. I believe that, and I know for a fact that I did not know, I can't remember, I have no visual anything of before I was born. I'm going to the same place. Nothing. And I don't care. You know what? I am actually, I find comfort in it.
Ugh.
Because life is so fucking sensory. Hey man, time off from that. Great, I'll do it. Nothing.
Yeah. I don't believe that.
Okay, so you go.
I have a different thought on it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
I do believe there is something after we pass. I think our soul, that energy, I
Mhm.
know we agree on energy.
Mhm.
I think that energy goes somewhere, and I am of the personal belief too that it actually maintains a, even though it's going into the allness, the bigness, the all of it all.
Mhm.
I also believe that there is some grain of individuality in that, and that's the
Mhm.
soul. I totally believe this, and it comes from, I'm a big fan of watching stories or reading books about afterlife, different experiences
Mhm.
from it. I
Mhm.
love it so much. um and I I like thinking that there's another place to go. I really do. And especially now, and you will say, well, that's because as a human I need that I need to
I
think
do
about
believe that. I believe that. Yeah.
that, my family members who are about to pass are
Yep.
going somewhere
Mhm.
that we can feel good about. But
Yeah, I
I
believe that.
actually do believe that. And it's funny, like one of them, my aunt Anne, she is an atheist, and
Mhm. She's
she,
great. I
she's
love,
she's
Anne.
just
Yeah. Yeah,
incredible,
she's
and
great to
we're
meet.
losing her. Um, but I I get excited personally when I think about, because she is going to pass, that she's going to see something. Something's going to be great for her.
And,
And
that
I
might
really,
just be her neurons firing when she's dying. I mean,
yeah, there's
and
all kinds of science on that too.
but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay regardless. It doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't fucking matter. And
It
you
does
just said,
matter to me though.
well,
I
it
even
matters to the human psyche because we can't come to terms with or even want to think about nothing. We don't. No human on earth wants to think about there's nothing. It's it. It's done, done, doom, boom. But I will say this. You said something that something happens with your energy. You called it your soul,
yeah,
quote unquote, right?
yeah,
You cannot kill energy. Energy
yeah.
cannot be killed. It
So
just
it's got to
changes
go
form.
somewhere.
Okay. So what I'm saying, it does go somewhere.
Yeah,
It goes back into the universe. But I do
right.
not believe that it is attached to your conscious. So
But
that's
what?
where I
But it
but we
might
don't.
be like, it may hold memory, and I this is, you can call me crazy, but
I do.
I'm not even going to dismiss past lives and reincarnation. I'm not going to dismiss that, because I can
Okay.
totally see that energy returning in some way or another. Shit, I could come back as a tree, and that'd be awesome. I love trees.
Yes, but
But
with your
here's
if your
this,
consciousness is if your human consciousness is attached to a tree, you're gonna fucking you go. It doesn't work. You can't.
but it wouldn't be human consciousness then, would it? It
Okay.
would just be that energy, and it would be in an all-knowing that's different. It would be
Okay.
knowing things
So
differently.
okay. So
I know it as a
now
tree,
okay.
and I'd
Now we're
network the
talking
shit
about
out of that forest.
you're now listen to me for a fucking minute. You're talking about something interesting here because it's not the same thing. So when you say that you think or hope or whatever you feel that your aunt or whoever or your mom or dad or whoever, my mom passed. My mom passed 13 years ago. And it's like, would I love to think that she's floating around in heaven with Elvis, having sex with Elvis Presley? Yeah, I would love that. But the truth is, in my opinion, in my brain, no, it's not. Her energy went back into the universe and her consciousness went away. And so when we say that our energy goes somewhere, I totally agree with that. I am 100% on board. I don't think our human consciousness goes along with it. Now, if
Well,
it did,
I like my way better.
I'm sure
I
you
think
do.
mine is
Well,
way more interesting.
yours is
I
more La
really
La
do.
Land, right? I mean,
I
yours is
like to
more
think about what it's going to be
yours.
like, and I don't care that you're going straight into the ground. Fuck you and
Well,
your morbid
you're,
sense of, that's terrible. I don't want to be
yours is
married to you
whimsical.
anymore.
Yours is very.
I plan
Did
on
we
coming
just
back.
divorced on a shitty
Yeah, we
podcast?
just fucking divorced on a podcast, a goddamn podcast. If you don't come back, whoever dies first, I'm coming back and I'm going to give you shit.
Okay.
I am going to do things to you that you wish I did in life.
Now that's fucking hot.
Okay, that's mean, because that's implying that I'm not doing nice things now.
I'm kidding, Busy. We have all night
But
tonight.
look, here's a cool story,
Mhm.
and this is true in my story. When my son was 3 years old,
Oh, I know the story.
he
Yes.
said to me, um, Mom, what were you doing on the side of the house when you were a little girl? And now I knew very
Heroin.
specifically, yeah, I knew exactly what he was referring to. And bad memory, but anyway, um, I said to him, "Well, where were you?" And he says, "Well, I was still in heaven, duh." Like
Mm.
real all-knowing. I was still in heaven, duh. Which I
Yeah,
mean,
it's interesting,
I
right?
probably
I
should
mean,
have, the way he talked to me, I should have reprimanded him. Don't you think? Like, is it
of
too late? He's
course,
27 now, but it's kind of a rude way to talk to your mom.
especially at 3 years old. I mean,
Don't You don't throw
in
"duh"
my day,
back
you'd
at your
get like a
mom like
wooden
that at 3
spoon
years
right up
old.
your ass in Jersey.
But that's cool. So that to me, to be honest, that was the moment when I just went, "Yep, yep, there's in my mind definitively something more, and
And
I'm
look,
here for
the
it."
best part about what we're talking about right now is it
Yes,
doesn't
honey.
matter if you're right or I'm wrong, you're wrong. It doesn't fucking matter.
I'm right.
It doesn't matter.
I'm right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Happy
is how it
happy
is with
wife,
marriage.
happy life and afterlife?
Happy wife with an afterlife.
Happy
Hey
wife.
guys, I have a happy wife with an afterlife. So okay,
I
so
am
wild.
living
So
my
your son
greatest
said that to
afterlife right
you.
now. What?
Your son said that to you
Yeah.
when my daughter Hannah was 3. Cade was just born, so she was about 3. Yeah, she's about that 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We were in a house that just bought in Woodland Hills, California, and she said something to the effect of, now I can't quote her, verbatim, but she said something to the effect that we're just in the kitchen, and she goes, "Under that table, there's a red circle with a star in it." Uh, uh, no, I'm like, what? What? She's like, "Under the table, there's a red circle with a star in it."
Like the Satan circle?
Yeah, and I go, "Hannah, what the fuck are you talking about?" Now, this is how I talk to my little kids. I
Yeah,
just want
I
them to
know you
know that
do.
this is how dad talks.
Yep.
"Hannah, what the fuck are you talking about?" And she just kind of stared at me and then went on about so and then just didn't
Well,
talk
did you
about it
look under
again.
the table?
Yeah, no, it was all tiled. There was nothing you could see.
Did you
I
dig
think
up
she
the
meant
tile?
underneath the house. I think she meant under it,
Well,
under
why
the
didn't you
floor.
take her by her cute little hand and say, "Show me where the
She was
Satan circle
pointing.
is"?
I was standing right next to it. It was
Why
right
didn't you
under the
dig that
table.
woodland house up and find out? Aren't you curious?
Anyway, this is the thing. Now, I'm a big horror movie fan. I love being scared, although I have a love-hate relationship with fear. Like, I love being
You
afraid.
jumped at a movie last
Last night.
night.
Yeah, I wanna
I
talk
didn't
about that
even
movie in
jump.
a
Like
second.
I haven't you
I know.
jumped multiple
I know.
times.
Let me
Multiple
finish this
times.
first.
You lurched. Your 6'5" muscle bound body
Mhm.
lurched. Go ahead.
Thank you. Anyway, so I looked up our area after she had said this. I Googled it. I was like, was Google? No, I did something. I looked up what the area was. And do you know that Charles Manson's ranch was in Canoga Park area, right? The
Yeah.
whole area that we had the house in was literally just nothing. Like in the 60s. And there were like bodies buried out around where this house was years and years ago.
But your
So
house was built before Manson.
no, the house that we moved into, no, it wasn't. No, 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 no.
I thought you said it was built in the 50s.
The house in Woodland Hills?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I never said it was built in the 50s. That whole area was nothing. It was built in like the 70s. The house that we had moved into was built in like the mid 70s, I think.
Was it really? I
Yeah.
saw it. I'd be surprised, but go ahead.
No, mm, we're fighting right now. I don't know if you guys can tell the
Yeah.
fucking tension. So
This is
last night we watched a movie
this
called what the hell was it called? We have to have
Death Stream.
Death Stream. Listen, people, look, if you guys are into like, those shows where they're like, we're going into this haunted mansion and nothing ever happens. And they're like filming it like ghost shit. Nothing ever happens. You just want someone to like fucking pop out of a wall, but they never do. This movie is kind of like a tongue in cheek version of that. I'd say that, right? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
Like a tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it was funny, scary.
Yeah, funny, scary. The guy who's in it can't remember his name, but
It was
he's
good.
He was really good, and
I
it's
didn't
kinda
like
over the top. It's like
I
Evil
didn't I
Dead.
wasn't liking it at first. I
It got
actually
good,
was,
though.
but I was also in a bad mood.
Yeah, but
But,
it got good, though. The movie did get
it got
funnier.
better. I
Yeah.
still don't know how I would rate it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's kinda
I think
tongue
my
in cheek.
favorite part of it, honestly, was watching you react because you were scared.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't
You
scared.
were, I saw you be scared. It's okay.
Yeah, we also
It's
went
okay,
through, like,
little one.
and I'm gonna bring this up. You and I went through a family pack size of Chips Ahoy cookies in 2 sittings.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you remember that time that we had that big, like, Costco-sized tub of peanut M&Ms, and M's, and I
Yes,
ate
I
so many
do.
that I threw up?
Yep, yep, and yet you still buy those big bags, like, you are just you're like the rat in the cage that just keeps going after that and getting your leg caught in the trap.
So, okay, why were you in a bad mood?
Why was I in a bad because, I am losing faith in humanity. Because I'm scared because people aren't paying attention to the fact that democracy is dying right in front of us,
Yeah.
and because the media is spending so much time talking about how Biden isn't as good in the polls instead of talking about the good things that Biden has done. And they are spending way too much time posting the shitty shit that Herschel Walker says and all
Oh,
these
what
other
an idiot.
motherfuckers
Fucking
say.
dude's an
It's
idiot.
like, can we put the camera on the people like Beto O'Rourke
Oh, yeah.
and Tim Ryan who are saying the good stuff, are telling us how, not just telling us, the Dems are showing us right now
Yeah.
how they're going to help the American people. I mean, look, the Republicans, their only plan thus far is to cut Social Security and Medicare. That's
And
how
take
they,
away women's rights
well,
and, a
that,
bunch of other fucking
yeah,
crazy shit.
that's already on the docket.
Yeah.
But it's like, we are, it's alarming to me.
It's upsetting.
It's alarming to me that most people just kind of think it's just politics as usual and don't really care.
Mhm.
And this is it. This is it, man. This is it. And I'm
They're saying
really
that this might be one of the most, one of the
consequential.
biggest, yeah, consequential elections in within the last, like, fucking 75 years or
Well,
so, or
yes,
longer?
because if GOP takes control of House and Senate
Mm.
and, they're going to impeach Biden for fucking nothing,
Mhm.
and then they're going to continue the work that they're doing on a state level. They're going to continue to suppress voters. They're going to say they're going to just go, here's our electors, we're deciding the elections now. And once we are no longer as the people, will our votes no longer count,
Mm.
democracy is lost, fascism has won. There's the big word again,
Yeah,
fascism,
and, it's funny
and
that
authoritarian. And I'm sorry, but
it's sad.
I'm fucking over bullshit
Yeah.
motherfuckers like Lauren Boebert, the little goddamn
Oh,
prick of
what a
an
fucking
escort
cunt.
girl who made it into
Skank
Congress.
ass
She
fuck.
shot a dog that was in her yard the other day.
Yeah, her neighbor's
This
dog, yeah.
dog that comes, and by the way, it's her son that brings the dog into her yard to play.
Mhm.
And Boebert's dogs, they go into this person's yard and play. And apparently one of their dogs bit her dog's ear. But did Boebert's dog get shot because of that? No. But Lauren Boebert of Colorado shot the dog for coming into the yard, and then she dumped the dog. She didn't have the common courtesy to go a few doors down to her neighbor and say, "I'm so sorry. I just killed your dog." Not everything is solved with a gun.
Listen to me about Lauren Boebert, all right? Yeah, she's a dog killer, she's a skank, and
Oh,
you know what
she's
her husband likes to do?
awful.
Her husband likes to show his dick to
Yeah.
underage people at bars. Like, that dude's a skank. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole
And
family's a skank. And
some
then you got
people don't
Marjorie
belong in
Taylor. Look,
Congress.
we just lost half of our fucking listeners, all 20 of them. Fuck them. But I will say this. Then you got Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's one of the biggest tramp nasty fucks I have ever fucking heard talk. She is so foul, so foul. Then you have, but let's just go down the list. Can we just pour out the list? You got Jim Jordan, scumbag. Matt Gaetz, fucking piece of shit. You got fucking Mitch McConnell, who is like literally the biggest asshole on planet Earth.
There's too many of them. And by the way,
I
it's like
can't.
almost, I forget the exact number, but there's way, way, way too many Republicans on the ballot this November.
Mhm.
By the way, early voting has begun. Get out there. that still believe that the election was stolen.
It's so fucking stupid.
This from Trump lost twice. He lost the popular vote twice. 2016, he still got to be president, but he lost the popular vote then. How come we didn't, right? We probably, I guess we should have just denied him the presidency, huh? I
Yeah.
mean, is that what we do now? Like, just because you didn't win, you say it was stolen? Because that's what the Republicans are doing now. And that is, without the vote, we
Yeah.
do not have a democracy. We no longer live in a democracy. Talk to people in Russia, see how that's going for
Yeah,
them.
we're living in a rough time right now in
It's
America. I
rough,
mean,
and so I was in a bad
especially when it
mood.
comes to that. Now, there's a lot of people out there, hon, that that may listen to this, maybe they won't, but they live in a bubble. They don't want to hear about it. I
Everybody
still
lives
have
in a
people.
bubble. We're in a bubble.
Listen,
We're in a room, right? We're in our bubble too. But
I still have people in my fucking life that
yeah,
say, I don't want to do with the politics. I'm like, motherfucker, you're an American.
it's
You are
on
a
your
fucking American
doorstep.
citizen in one of the shittiest fucking times in America when it comes to politics, when it comes to government. You better pay attention
They
because
want to
one day
take your
you're going to wake
Social
up and go,
Security.
what the fuck happened?
Social Security, we pay into that. That's our money. They
Yeah,
want it. They want it. That's how they're going to fix inflation, they say. Instead of passing, the inflation reduction, instead of voting for ways to actually reduce inflation right now while Biden's in office, they want to make Biden look like crap. But they're
yeah,
not. He's passing it anyway. He's getting it through, which is amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
amazing. Well, he might not be there too much longer if those
Yeah, and that's why I was in a
fucking
bad
Sony
mood because
wankers
I
get in there.
am terrified. Honestly, Biz, where are we moving to if this doesn't work out?
Yeah, no, we
Like,
can
I don't
think
know what
about
to
that.
do.
Well, we got two fucking houses. We can sell them both and move somewhere quite
Yeah,
comfortably. So
I
fuck it.
literally don't know what to do if we lose, because I if that's the case, then we'll never have a normal election again.
No,
We just won't.
I want to
And
say this.
it's on your doorsteps, people. So
Yeah.
please vote.
Please vote. Please vote.
Yeah,
Please vote. And
it's
check the
serious.
blue box.
I mean,
Down ballot.
I
Check the
like
blue.
seeing all your fancy,
Yeah.
pictures of, on your Instagram, all the pretty I dressed up. I went to a thing. It's great. It's great. But can we also push people that we know and love to protect our country?
Well, here's the
It's
thing. I want to say this. There's a few people in my life that I don't talk to anymore because they were Trump supporters. I refuse. I won't do it. I can't deal with them. I wish
yeah.
them the best
And
ish, but
that's different than Republican. Like the Republican Party sort of doesn't exist anymore.
no.
I feel bad. I said this before, for Republicans who are traditional Republicans, because their party has been succumbed to MAGA rule, unfortunately,
Ugh,
and
trash,
MAGA is not Republican, and they even call
trash,
it Trump Party. So that's
trash.
what it is, and it's authoritarian, and we don't want it,
Yeah.
y'all. We don't want it. What else should we talk about? Because I don't want to spend another
Well,
day
I have
mad.
good news. I want to talk about it. So
Yeah,
I
do it.
am
Do it.
going to see my children and my
Yay!
sister and her baby that she just had, my niece and my brother. I'm going to go see all them. I am heading to the Philadelphia area in the next couple of weeks. So I'm very excited about that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen my daughter. Ready for it? Here it comes. It makes me nauseous in a little over 3 years.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. So that's going to happen, and I'm very excited. And you know what else I'm excited about? Because I will be in the Philadelphia area. Do you know what I'm excited for?
Cheesesteak.
Thank you for saying it. I cannot wait to go to one of those great places. I think one's called Dan's or Duke's or Donnie's. Doesn't even fucking matter what it's called. They have the original Philly cheesesteak.
I'm gonna
Wait.
miss you, Busy.
Huh?
I'm gonna miss you, Busy.
I'm gonna miss you too. I'm gonna be gone. I'm only gonna be gone for 6 days though. That's not a long time.
I'll be alone here in Austin with Charlotte
And the chickens,
and the chickens.
you know.
Oh, hey, by the way, we get to go see Gonzo the chicken on Saturday.
Let's go do that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And you guys have yourself a safe and happy and feckless life. What does that mean? What does feckless mean?
I don't know right now, Biz.